All right, all right, all right. Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all our queens and all our kings here on the meeting platform and also on our varied YouTube channel. Thank you very much for gracing us with your presence here on Deep Dive Globally Changing Lives. At this time, we're just gonna, of course, start out with the In It to Win It song that is gifted to us from Queen Loretta Shadari, a well-renowned international singing and recording artist. And we have been playing this song from the inception in 2021 until now. So without any further ado, it is In It to Win.
We are here, shining bright into the future. We rise high.
the closing doors, please.
All right, all right. Peace, blessings, enough love again. Thank you very much for um, joining us here on Deep Dive Globally Changing Lives. And at this time, we are going to bring, as you know, the mindset. The mindset for me is the most important aspect of our lives because the mindset takes care of every aspect of our lives. And so, without any further ado, we, of course, going to be bringing on the person who is going to be speaking to us on the mindset. Inspirational speaker. She's an entrepreneur, author. She's the author of The Heart of a Servant. The Heart of a Servant, international talk show host, founder and host of Mindset Monday. She's a tax practitioner, enrolled agent, and of course, she's a certified life coach. And so, without any further ado, we will be bringing on my wife, my lovely, beautiful, sweet, Bunununu's wife, Queen Miriam, at this time to give you the mindset.
Hello, good evening, and thank you, Dr. Derrick, for allowing me to speak on this platform. It is a wonderful day, and it is uh, just an awesome time to be alive. No matter what is happening, once we are on this ground, above ground, as they would say, it's a good day. So when we think about mindset, we have positive and negative mindset. But today I'm going to talk about how we can maintain or how we can create a positive mindset. When we were born with such vibrancy, such love. We were born with everything positive, but the environment that we live in, the homes that we come from, changes things depending on what happened while we grow up. The society that we live in, it also dictates how we change our mindset. Sometimes the things we go through causes us to shift our mindset or the things we allow to happen to us. Because as we always know, it's not what happens to us, but how we appreciate or how we take on what happens to us. Then that's the life we lead. You people, I know the saying goes about paraplegic. They're happier than lottery winners. Why? Lottery winners, they don't know the value of anything. And studies show that they are broke after a short time because they don't know the value of things. While a paraplegic, they appreciate what they have of life. And what this particular study was shown, that they go through life appreciating every single day they have. So we are able-bodied. What are we doing with what we have? What are we doing with what God has given to us? God has entrusted time, talent, and resources. What are we doing with it? What did we do with our day to day? What will we be doing tomorrow? Are we going through the motions or are we using our time, talent, and resources so that someone else can be affected positively and we will hear, well done, thou good and faithful servant. So I wanted to ask one question today. Do you dream of writing a book?
Why do you have the experience?
Do you dream of or want to own your own business? Do you wish to start dieting? Do you hope to run a marathon or do something new? If you feel that way, you should go at it. However, anything that we do different from what we were schooled in, it will cause resistance. And resistance is just as a thief as procrastination. Whenever we chart a new course, whenever we want to do something good, as Paul says, the good I would, I do not. When I try to do good, evil presents itself. And let's even now as resistance. As soon as we start thinking about either dieting or doing something new, there comes the resistance to change. Resistance is a thief. If you are resisting something positive, that is telling you that's something that you should pursue. You have a thought, you start something, and here comes resistance. Oh, you can't do it. You're too skinny, you're too fat. Your family did not come from that side of the spectrum. So why are you trying to get out of where you are? Whenever you have those resistance, it's telling you that you should pursue. So as we go through this year, we're at in the June is coming, which is the middle of the year. Let's look back at where we've come from. We started January. What are the things that you set out to do? Have you accomplished them? Or have you started on them? Or did you just slack off? That's called resistance. If you realize that you have veered off, then that's resistance that is coming at you. So resistance wants you to just hold your hands or lay down and play dead, whether with your health or with anything that you're pursuing. Resistance will cause you to whimper. Resistance will cause you to sway. But every time you feel that pull, that tug, that resistance, you should pursue what you set out to pursue, because resistance will never let you go. You have to go against your feelings and do what you need to do. In life, we go through challenges. We have setbacks, whether it's sickness, whether it's a death in family or an accident, anything at all can derail us. However, if we are passionate about something and if we feel that tug consistently, go against that resistance and pursue what you need to pursue. Remember, at the end of it all, you are the one who will stand before our Maker and he will say, well done. So don't allow resistance to destroy your dream. Don't allow resistance to kill your passion. Go against resistance. Push through. Ride your storm and stand tall, because at the end of it all, you will be so excited. Just thinking about my book, it took me years because of different things, because of different challenges. However, the families, the friends I have in my life, they were like an anchor. People are waiting to read what you have to say. Sometimes I did not feel that way, but passion pushes us through whatever we go through. When passion and purpose is mingled together, then we can pursue even when resistance is tugging at us. Resistance will never leave us alone, but we need to know that whatever we have to do, whatever we need to pursue, it's worth the push. It's worth going against resistance. So let's remind ourselves that the mindset is the most powerful thing, and resistance, a thief, will never leave us alone. So when you have a great resistance towards something you need to do, remember, pursue, pursue, pursue. Thank you. Resistance will not steal my joy, my purpose, my passion, and it should not steal yours either.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you very much, Queen Miriam. Really appreciate. Thank you all so much. Any questions or concerns or any, um, anything, any comments, any questions, or everything was received? All
Thank
right.
you,
Thank you very much, King.
Dr. Derrick. Yeah,
Uh,
I want to thank our sister who is always available and she got that big heart to share with us. When I'm hearing the word resistance, I feel like we are going against something. And I want to know if we had to resist, is now putting us in the negative side instead of pursuing the positive that we want to do? That's my question. Sorry.
okay. All right. She'll be here to answer. Could you just repeat that question again, Dr. Nadu? Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, it's okay. She heard the question. Sorry.
My
Okay,
sister,
Dr.
you
Nadu.
want me to repeat or it's okay?
No, I got it. I got it.
All right.
So
Okay.
resistance, how resistance comes in. We always hear about procrastination. And whenever you set up to do something, it's either to start a new career, or start a business, or write a book, or anything that you never normally do. You will hear, why you think you're doing that now? You're too old to do that. That's resistance. If you have that passion, if you have something to share, and someone comes about and said, I don't think you should do that, because you're too old, nobody's gonna listen to you. That's the voice of resistance. It's telling you, don't do it. Don't do it. But if you're passionate and you know that's the thing to do, you need to go against that voice, those voices. We call them noises. We call them distraction. So the big word for them is resistance. So they want you to just crawl up in your little corner and don't pursue what you have in your spirit, the passion you have. So that's that thing that's called resistance. You want to get up in the morning and read, you want to get up, you want to walk, and you will hear your knees gonna hurt. Why walk? Those are you know that's good for you. You talk about diet, you something that you should not be eating, and nothing is going to happen to you. That's resistance. You want to change your diet, and there's this voice, nothing is going to happen to you, just eat what you normally eat. That's what we call resistance. It allows you to stay where you are. It allows you to diminish your passion just to fit the status quo. That's that word. Anything that you're going forward with and something is telling you stop, that's your resistance, and it will hold you hostage until you decide to move forward.
So procrastination is that.
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. I
Okay.
I didn't
Thank
balance
you,
that
Dr.
part.
Nabil.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it sounds like you have to do something so hard to stop that voice. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It comes very subtle. It comes very subtle, and sometimes it may come as if the person wants to do something good for you and said, I don't think you should do that, because remember, you're this or you're that or you're that. It can come softly like that, and you think it's good for you, but you need to know what's your passion and move against that.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Miriam. And of course, Queen Dr. Nabu. Thank you for that question. Really, really appreciate. So you got it straight. Anything that is resisting you or stopping you from going towards your goal, that's the resistance. So procrastination is one of the biggest resistance that there is. All right. Let me see. Okay. All right. Nothing in the chat. All right. Wonderful. So just for a few moments, we are going to quickly look, take a look at the part two. Remember last week we started why destroying your wealth with $1. So, and that a lot of people do that because people are waiting for a lump sum in order to get a little move, so to speak. But don't wait on the lump sum. There are ways that we can actually move into wealth without looking for a lump sum, right? And one of the, just to continue from last week, is one of the major things that a lot of us don't have is financial discipline. Financial discipline. Wealth begins with self-control. Let me say that again. Wealth begins with self-control. Building wealth is less about income and more about discipline. Oh my goodness. Let me say that again. Building wealth is less about income and more about discipline. Important financial disciplines. One, budgeting. Hey, that most of that is of the past. Budgeting. Nobody really get out a pen and look at what they are, look at their income and then look at their expenditure and see what they are spending on a weekly or a fortnightly or a monthly basis. That is what is needed. Delayed gratification. Choose long-term goal over short-term pleasure. Choose long-term goal over short-term pleasure. Track spending. We just spend. I'm little money coming to a hand, we just spend. Track spending. Awareness changes behavior. Saving consistently. Even small amount builds over time. And remember, on Mindset Monday, we start the $1. Well, it's not $1. It's well, yes, kind of money exercise, where it's 52 weeks for the year, 52 weeks for the year. So each week we put aside that amount for the week. So in other words, the first week you put aside $1. The second week put aside $2. That's it, $2. The third week you put aside $3, right? So by the end of the third week, you're looking at $6, right? Yes, $6 won't kill you, no matter what you are getting. $6 won't kill you, so to speak, right? And so by the end of the year, right, which is 52 week, you will be putting aside $52, right? And so at the end of the year, we're talking about 1,300 and something. However, watch this now. The 1,300 can make you wealthy, but what that does, what that will do, is that is no money you can nightly turn over in something a little bigger than maybe than like money market, or maybe cryptocurrency or something, where now you can continue to compound that money. That's how a lot of people start saving consistently. Even small amounts build over time. And then what? We invest wisely. Allow money to work for you. And that's how the wealthy people do it. You think them have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jobs? No, no. They put down a little, and then they use that money and turn it over. Then they use that money, and you know what we do? Most of us, what we do is that we, even if we partner or so or what have you, it is to buy something. It is to buy something, right? When we get to suso money, is really to buy something, right? But that's not what create wealth. You use that money and build on with something else that is bigger, right? So you might need $1,000 to invest in something, or a $2,000 to invest in something that is a little sure, but you don't really have $1,000 right out of your pocket. And that is what you need to work towards. Work towards that $1,000, and then you're able to turn it over, right? Destroying wealth spiritually. Destroying wealth spiritually. The heart behind money. Money isn't evil. Money itself is not evil. However, greed is evil. Wastefulness is evil. Lack of discipline is evil. Material obsession is evil. And these things can destroy both wealth and character. Luke 16 and verse 10 tells us that he that is faithful in which that is least is also faithful with what is much. Principle: if someone cannot manage small amounts wisely, then large wealth becomes dangerous. I always say this anytime we're talking about money, so I will say it again. A lot, 90%, 90% of lotto winners, 90% of lotto winners can't, can't find a dime within 3 years. 3 years. And we're not talking about 20,000 or 100,000. We're talking about 200 million, 100 million, 50 million. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about lotto winners, right? And and within 3 years, bam, that gone. What did they do? Because they were not faithful with the little that they had. And so this big amount, not faithful either. Just spend, 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 spend. The difference between rich and wealthy. Understanding the real goal. Rich, high income, expensive lifestyle, visible success. That's rich. Wealthy, financial security, investments, assets, freedom, ownership, generational stability. Hope we see the difference. Many people look rich while quietly destroying wealth. True wealth is built intentionally. True wealth is built intentionally. Practical steps to stop destroying wealth. Build better financial habits. 1, track every dollar. Awareness is the first step. Reduce impulse spending. Wait before making unnecessary purchases. 3, create a budget. Give every dollar a purpose. 4, build an emergency fund. Protect yourself from financial crisis, especially sickness. 5, invest consistently. Start small, but stay consistent. 6, avoid high interest debt. Interest destroy wealth building power. And 7, learn financial literacy. Knowledge creates financial confidence. Teaching the next generation, breaking financial cycle. Financial habits are often learned in childhood. Most persons don't get that learning. Important lesson to teach. Save money, delete gratification, budgeting, investing, wise stewardship, avoiding unnecessary debt, and generational wealth. True wealth includes knowledge, discipline, character, wisdom. Let us recognize that spending and wasting will never build wealth. And so I do hope that these few words have inspired or will inspire you to actually recognize that wealth is not necessary from a lump sum. We can destroy our wealth $1 at a time. I thank you much, and I hope we have given you food for thoughts. Thank you very much. any questions or comments or anything that we want to maybe ask. All right, so I guess it's well received. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate. So at this time, we're just going to ask Queen Miriam Edwards to give us her final comments.
Anything of value that you are pursuing and you are told no, that little voice in your head may be playing with you, that means you should pursue. Resistance is a thief, just like procrastination. It will steal your joy, it will steal your passion, it will steal what God has given to you to give to the world, because resistance will never want you to flourish. So anytime you feel that push to do something that you know it's right, that you know will be profitable, but because you've never ventured that way before, and you hear that little voice, you can't do it, you should not do it, go against that voice and pursue, because God has already given you the ability to get done. Thank you.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Miriam. Really appreciate. All right, so I guess that is it for today. I thank you all very much for sharing this time with us. And I do hope and trust that you enjoy your weekend. Remember, Sunday, I doubt that there's any dream team on Sunday again. Uh, and Mindset Monday from Monday, and Tuesday and Thursday, deep dive, globally changing lives. And so for those on the YouTube channel, I do bid you goodbye, and so long, and take care. Peace, blessings, and enough love. And for those here, we have our after party. And so thank you all very much. Really appreciate it, and have a wonderful evening.